claiming that these people have now joined his party. First of all, I want to confirm that those candidates are still going to be on the ballot because the party under the law is the one which is supposed to withdraw any candidate from the race. So those people are definitely going to remain on the ballot paper. But beyond that, we think it is very, 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 very shameful for a person who should be addressed or who calls himself a fountain of honor to be engaging in this kind of criminality of bribing people. And of course the bribes are preceded by threats in many cases. So today that's the matter I wanted to address, because all of you have been seeing these pictures of wherever they go or wherever they see our candidate going, they get our candidates from those areas and parade them to say that these people have now crossed, they are now joining NRM. We think it is very, very shameful for the regime and its operatives to be engaging in this kind of criminal conduct. We have some candidates here who have stood firm, who have been approached, and they have insisted and stayed on course, and maybe they are going to give their stories. But we wanted to make it clear that first of all, we are not going to withdraw these candidates formally, but also to talk about the intention. The intention, first of all, it is clear that the regime is afraid, because initially they claimed that NUP did not have candidates. When we got, you remember, we informed the nation that initially we had 425 candidates who we had identified. Now the 425 candidates, several of them were not able to nominate. One, because they were blocked. Some of them were blocked. You remember what happened in Bukedeya, in Rohingya, and many other places, in Uyede and other places, where our candidates were simply blocked from accessing the Electoral Commission venues, and of course that was a conspiracy. In some cases, like Bukoto Central, the Electoral Commission dictated who would become the candidate of NUP. Then, because of the amount of money which is imposed on candidates for nomination, the 3 million shillings, and then the regime having blocked funds to NUP, we were not able to facilitate or pay for several other candidates. So out of 425 candidates, we ended up nominating 303 candidates. But even those, the regime feels are too many for NUP. I'm sure you've seen that the target is especially the National Unity Platform. But somebody might ask themselves, why is the regime vested so much in this matter? It is simply because the regime wants to rig elections. And they know that where you have a candidate and the candidate deploys polling agents and the presidential candidate also deploys polling agents, it will be very difficult for them to rig at that particular polling station. So that is why you see them engaging in this kind of conduct, because they don't want NUP to have all these candidates who will deploy polling agents, who will be there campaigning for us. So that is what they're trying to do. And what is very, very shameful, of course, part of the corruption that has come to define our country is that the money they use in all these crimes is taxpayers' money. You hear them every day. You see teachers striking because they don't have money, doctors striking, you see traders striking because of high taxes. And then you hear the regime claiming that they're trying to raise taxes because of this and that. Then they say they don't have money to facilitate the hospitals, the schools and all that. And yet, the money which should be doing those things and giving services to the people of Uganda is the one which they are using to commit these crimes. Because bribery is an electoral offense. That's why we're calling it a crime, ladies and gentlemen. So we condemn that in the strongest terms possible, and we thought you people should listen to some of the candidates who have been approached. Unfortunately, many of the candidates are not able to be here now because they are out there campaigning. But I also want to indicate that although the regime has been parading many people, we still have solid men and women who have refused to to be compromised. Up to 90% of our candidates at all levels have been approached with offers of money, with offers of jobs. They asked for their CVs, that they are going to appoint them RDCs and all that. Those are the kinds of things that keep happening every day. But we thank our candidates who are still on course, who have refused to sell their future. I'm sure you've seen some of our candidates now being paraded to, say all sorts of things about the party. But also what I also want to announce is that most of those people you see who are now being used and, bought, the party nominated them. Even with our limited financial means and the financial challenges we have, we looked for money, in some cases borrowing and contributing and raising funds from our supporters during the fundraising and all that. And we supported those people to nominate. We paid their nomination fees. So you can imagine the duplicity. The party struggles, pays nomination fees for these individuals, and then you see them saying the kinds of things they are saying simply because the dictatorship has intimidated them and promised them money. Basawo ne banyabo, olunaku olwaleero tuli wano okugezaako okutangaaza ku nsonga ebadde etambula nga bamawulire mugigoberera era nga mugibuuzaako nnyo eya bakandidate ba NUP be mulabye ensangi zino nga Museveni n'abantu be baba paradinga ne bagamba ono abadde candidate wa NUP kati acrossinze yeegase ku nakyemalira. Ekisooka kye twagala okutangaaza nti ekibiina ki NUP tekigenda kuwandiikira candidate n'omu ebbaluwa emujja mu lwokaano, kubanga etteeka liragira nti candidate bw'aba ali sponsored by a political party tasobola ye kwejja mu lwokaano. Ekibiina kiba kirina okuwandiika ne kimukkiriza okuwithdrawinga. Ekibiina tekigenda kuwandiikira muntu yenna ebbaluwa emujja mu lwokaano, era abo abantu bona bagenda kusigala ku ballot paper bwe mulaba ensangi zino. Naye n'ensonga ey'okubiri kwe kutegeera lwaki nakyemalira akola kino ekintu, kubanga basooka ne bagamba NUP terina bakandidate. Mujjukira bulungi nnyo. Era abo bonna boogerera Museveni babeeraawo ne bagamba NUP eremeredde okunominatinga bakandidate n'ebirala bwe bityo. Twabategeeza nti ku mutendera gw'omubaka wa Parliament twalina bakandidate 425. Kakati bakandidates abamu lukimu ne balemesa okwewandiisa mubijjukire byali bukedeya n'awalala wangi nnyo. Is this thing not really affecting our sound?
We suggest that we can maybe go ahead.
What in? So, basebo ne banyambadde bagamba nti bakandidate baffe twalina 425 kati mu 425 abamu ne babalemesa okwewandiisa kyere ensi yonna eraba ebikede muyijjukire ebyaliyo ebyali Buhinda ebyali Buyende n'awalala ne babalemesa okuyingira we baali banominatingira bakandidate abalala ne babakwata ne babawamba abamu ne babasiba okubalemesa okwewandiisa. Kati bakandidate abamu ne balemererwa okusasula ssente miliyoni 3 ze basaba abakandidate okwewandiisa. Munange mu ggwanga lidde tutambulira mu Uganda, embeera y'obwavu gye mumanyi bulungi nnyo, teyasobozesa abantu bangi nnyo okusobola okukola ki okwewandiisa. Naye ekibiina ne kikola kyonna kisobola okukola mu bugubye bw'ekitalo ne kinominatinga abakandidates 303. Era ne bwe twandika 303 abalugimu bavangayo nga bagamba nga beewaana ntolaba before almost 5 over 500 NUP esobodde okuwandiisa abakandidate 303, naye nga be balemeseza abasinga okwewandiisa bali abatasobola okwewandiisa. Kakati bwe twamala bawandiisa ne batandikirawo okubatuukirira n'ogezaako okubajja mu lwokaano. Era muze mukiraba almost buli nnaku eziyita Museveni nga paradinga abantu n'agamba ono abadde candidate wa NUP n'ebirala bwe bityo. Of course awamu babadde baparadinga bafere ndoza mubadde mubiraba awamu ne baleeta abantu awo ne babambaza t-shirt empya ne bagamba nti bano babadde ba NUP abantu betutalabangako abamu bategeeza nti basirikale bagenda ne babambaza t-shirts ezimu bazibba wano mukimanyi bulungi nnyo. Waliwo n'omwana ya recording akatambi ku NASA nga batwala t-shirts bali nga baprintinga t-shirts za NRM neza NUP nga bazitwala ku lwale ya Museveni bali babambaze t-shirts baframing nti bano ba NUP. So ebyo byonna babikoze, naye kati ensonga gye tubadde twagala kwogerako nnyo y'abakandidate baffe
bemulaba bebaparedinga buli lunaku. Sente ze babawa kubanga ng'abamu abali ono bagenda bagamba babasuubiza bintu bingi nnyo, sente, emirimu n'ebirala. Ezo sente za muwa omusolo ezaalibadde zizimba amasomero, ezaalibadde zikola ku byezijanjaba n'ebirala, naye regime kakati ezikozesa okugulirira bano abantu. Kyabuswavu nnyo buli lwolaba General Museveni yennyini nga yenyigira mu bumenyi bw'amateeka mu bikolobero bino, kubanga ebeera bribery ey'ekika ekyawaggulu okugulirira abantu bave mu lwokaano lwa NUP. Ekyo nno bannange ekitulaga ni Museveni atidde nnyo kye bayita protest vote, atidde nnyo NUP. Nga bwe mbagambye ensonga lwaki bagulirira abakandideeti bano, Museveni aba tayagala babeere ne ba polling agents, kubanga oli bw'ava mu lwokaano talina bw'agenda ku deployinga polling agents ku lunaku luli. Bakimanyi nti ekibiina bwe kiba kirina candidate n'adeployinga ba agent be ne presidential candidate n'abeerawo ne ba agent, baba tebalina bwe bagenda kubba akalulu. Naye kaakati kyobola bali mu kukola olukwesikwesi okubba akalulu nga bakozesa bano abantu. Era tufunye ne information kubanga nabo bakimanyi nti bano ba candidate tebasobola kwejja mu lwokaano, nti era baagala still bagende mu maaso badeployinge ba agent ku lunaku luli. Then bano ba agent baba n'abavaamu kubanga abo baba ba NRM baveeyo bakkiriziganye n'ababbi b'obululu bebe n'abakoze eki bwogedde. Simanyi bamutegeera ensonga eyo nti oli bw'aba nga yeeyita candidate wa NUP naye nga yaseeringa out, bw'abeera ne ba agent be ne bakyusa DR form, ono agent kubanga bagenda ba operatives ne basayininga kuli ne bagamba nti ebivuddemu naffe tubisayininzeko tubikkiriza. So twagala kubalabula abo nabona abalabise ne Museveni tetugenda bakkiriza kubeera ne polling agents abeeyita ba NUP. Ate ne babeerayo nga babataddeyo bonga bakandidate, temubeesiga abantu baffe, tebalina kubeesiga kubanga abantu abo already bamaze dda okututunda, bamaze dda okutunda bannayuganda, bamaze dda okutunda struggle nga bwe mulaba mwena. So basebo ne banyabo muzikirize mpiteyo bakandidates abamu. Mukyalo oyo ava Palisa oyo mwamulabye babadde nabo mu district babiri bo baseerinze out, naye ono n'agaana. Can you imagine omukyalo ono n'asigalawo ng'ayimiridde nga naye agasajja abiri genda bye ne gaseeringa out. Webale nnyo nnyabo naye yogera ku eri abantu.
People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. Jane Abo is my name, flag bearer, woman member of parliament, Palisa district. I address the nation regarding an issue of political integrity and principle. Recently, it was last week, I was approached by one of the NRM members, that is the chairperson NRM of the district, that also doubles to be member of parliament for Gogonyo County. It would not be okay for me to mention the name. And then he was being escorted by one of our comrades in the struggle, flag bearer, member of parliament for Palisa County, NUP. So I got a call from my comrade. It was like there is something he needed to share with me, and in person. I told him it is okay. He told me I'm traveling from Kampala. I will be reaching Palisa by 3. I said it's okay, I will be back from the field by then. So it took him time to reach Palisa. He called me at around 9 p.m. and he told me, can I still come? I told him it's well. If it is something very important, you come and we share. The gentleman comes to my home at 11 p.m. and it was a car that I'd never seen him driving before. The number plate was CCT something. I didn't cram it. And only to see the Honorable Member of Parliament, who also that was to be the chairperson NRM of the district, Palisa, come out with a bodyguard plus my comrade. They moved straight to my car. We sat there. I couldn't take them to my house because of security purposes. So we sat in my car and they were trying to convince me to receive the 50 million and abandon my political position. I did not give them a reply that very time. I told them, give me time, I think about it. They promised me a lot of other things apart from money. They told me to come along with my CV or academic documents that we're going to present in State House. And they also promised me that if the job that matches my qualification, academic qualifications is not there, they would give me an appointment of an RDC, because there are so many RDCs that have gone for the race of different political positions, so there are vacancies. And then they also told me that a lot of things. They told me that above all, they are sending for me a draft of a withdrawal letter to withdraw from the race. I print it and edit it and print, and we go with it straight to State House. That was on Friday night, before His Excellency went to Palisa last Tuesday, 16th December. So on Saturday morning, the calls were overwhelming. I was receiving a call from the RDC, who was also telling me he needed to speak to me because we need to leave. We need to go. I need to go for a COVID test, and we go to State House. I told him I'd already gone to the field to mobilize for His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who was expected to be in Palisa on Tuesday. I also received a phone call from the same district NRM chairperson, who affirmed to me that if I missed that opportunity, I'm going to suffer for the rest of my life. I told him I was not ready to sell my party, to sell my integrity, to sell my conscience because of money. Because as a person, I didn't go to the race because I wanted to put myself at a level where I would be bought. Integrity can never be bought at any amount of money. So I want to affirm to all Ugandans, and specifically to the people of Palisa district, that I rejected that offer. Not because I have the money, but it's because of what we are seeing in this country. I'm standing for the truth, and I'm standing because we are seeing there is a lot that needs to be done. I stood strong because I stand for the principles of the party: accountability, transparency. How would I sell out the people of Palisa? So I'm not speaking this because I want to incite any kind of confrontation, but I'm speaking this because I treasure so much integrity. I want to also tell us that I've been threatened properly. They've threatened my businesses. I operate events companies in Palisa and Serere districts, and I also have a primary school that is in the Palisa district that promised to cancel my license for the school and also frustrate my businesses. So I want to first again thank the National Unity Platform leadership for standing firm. And I also want to appeal to all the political actors that integrity is key. We are all looking forward to a new Uganda. I just imagine our comrades that have sold out to a political party that is in its evenings. It is so heartbreaking. And before I leave the platform, I would like to speak about my other comrade from Gogonyo County. He's also a flag bearer, member of parliament. He's called Luka Ivan. That gentleman was called by our district chairperson that is a victim of this circumstance. That you come, there are people that are giving out loans. You come to the district, I want to meet you. The gentleman went straight, and only to reach the office, it was the office of his opponent, who is the chairperson, NRM, and the incumbent MP for Gogonyo County. So he was also convinced. That gentleman also rejected the offer. He called me and asked me, Jane, if you're standing strong, I'm ready to stand with you. The rest that are going, let's wish them the best, because the National Unity Platform is like a lake. A lake can never hold dead fish. It will always take it to the shores. So we have already known who is with us and who is not with us. With all that said, I thank you all for God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you. So, like I said, there are two people from her district who you saw selling out. So she's a hero in her own way.
People power, our power, NUP, and everywhere. My name is Atayre Patience, flag bearer National Unity Platform, aspiring woman MP, Kamwenge District. As you've heard from my fellow comrade, my sister Jane, the same issue I've been going through as a candidate in Kamwenge District. The state operatives have been approaching me to sell out, to get out of the race. They were offering me 300 million shillings, Ugandan shillings, so that I can get out of the race. But as my sister has said, integrity is our key. They have not only approached me, but they also approached our district committee of National Unity Platform. They approached our mobilizers, they approached our fellow foot soldiers, they approached my official agent so that they can betray me. And they were telling me, they're talking to me that I'm going to sell out, trying to convince them that they can also come to be paraded, because Museveni was in Kamwenge on 8th of this month, and our president was going to come in Kamwenge on 13th. So they wanted us to be paraded on Museveni's rally, but it was all in vain. And I want to thank our district committee, our mobilizers, my agent, my foot soldiers in Kamwenge district. None of them, Mr. SCG, accepted the offer. They all denied. They said, we are here to stay. We cannot betray you. We cannot betray our party. We cannot betray our president, because what we are fighting for is more than the amount of money they want to give us. All we want a new Uganda. We want change. So I thank you all, my people from Kamwenge. Mr. SG, our rope, and our treasurer, fellow comrades, this state is in fear more than we think, because they say NUP don't have support, NUP don't have candidates. If so, then why are you approaching us? You're not seeing us, you're not looking at us, then why are you calling us to sell out? Please let everyone stay in his lane. We don't have money, as you say, because they undermined me, by the way, in Kamwenge, that she's young, she doesn't have any money. What is she going to do for you? You people, what we have is more than money. For us, we stand on the truth, we stand on people power. If you think you have everything, my dear, you're lying to yourself. We have all what it takes, that is people power. We are going to stand strong. I personally, Patience, this message specifically goes to the state, because they are calling me since the president was in Kamwenge on 13th, and the turn up, it was beyond their expectation. They didn't even expect Kamwenge district to have such turn up to come and receive our president. Now they are calling me again that now my price tag is higher than before. Now the Museveni himself is going to come to me. If that's the truth, this goes to the state and to Mr. Museveni. Please don't come to me. My dignity, my integrity, my respect is not worth any amount. My country is worth even my life. I would rather die fighting for what is right, fighting for my country, fighting for a new Uganda, but I cannot live a shameful life betraying my country and myself. Thank you very much. So, kyembadde njogerako mu luzungu, nze amannya gange nze Atwere Patience eyesimbyewo ku Woman MP Kamwenge District. Nange aba state bantuukirira nga baagala nve mu lwokaano olwa Woman MP, nga baagala nange bagende bamparadinge ku rally ya Museveni nti nange naliddemu struggle olukwe oba pate yange oba ensi yange olukwe nti nakyuse neeva mu NUP nengenda mu NRM. Naye kyagaana, tebaakoma okwo ne batuukirira akakiiko kaffe aka district, nabo ne bagezaako okwogera nabo nga babagamba already bali mu kwogera nange nnyinza okukkiriza nengenda ku rally yaabwe nenkyuka nengenda mu NUP. Naye akakiiko kaffe bonna be batuukirira ne agent wange ne ba foot soldiers bonna be baali bamanyi nti bali mu NUP nga ntambula nabo nga tunoonya akalulu, bonna abaana abo teriyakkiriza okulyamu struggle yaffe olukwe. Era mbeebaza nnyo, mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala abantu b'e Kamwenge. Bantuukirira ne baŋŋamba bwe bagenda kumpa miliyoni 3 nve mu lwokaano, naye nagaana nabagamba nze ndi mu struggle nwanira Uganda empya era siina wendaga. Era president bwe yajja e Kamwenge mwalaba tanapu yali nungi nnyo, kye baali tebasuubira nti e Kamwenge abantu basobola okuvaayo mu bungi bwe batyo. Kati ndesaawa zino bali kunkubira amasimu nga baŋŋamba nti okusinziira ekyatuukawo Kamwenge on Saturday, kati price tag yange yeeyongeddeko, bw'ate kati Museveni kennyini agenda kwesukira mbw ajje nga nnoonya. Naye nze nyongera okubajukiza wano, era buno obubaka bugenda eri state ne mwamu Museveni, nze bambi toonoonya kuba siina diiru naawe, siina kyenkwagaza, tolina kyenjagaza. Nze ndi wano kulw'ensi yange, okulwanira ensi yange, nwanira abaana bange ne bazzukulu bange n'emirembe egijja. So abali eyo abalowooza nti nze Patience nsobola okulya mu nsi yange olukwe, nze ndi gumite, nze siina wendaga. So n'ebyo ebitono Mukama bampeera omukisa.
Maybe kyatababuulidde offer ennaku zino babagamba miliyoni 3 oba 5, naye ne basooka ne babawaako miliyoni 5 mu cash. Ekyo kye bagenda bakola at least ku ba candidates be twakayogerako nabo.
People power, our power. Okoth Ronald, NOP aspirant, MP for West Budama Central. I think my story is not different from my colleagues. At first, they approached me that since Toro district is going to be splitted into 3 districts of Mulanda, Kisoko, and Bokojo. Now, me, I come from Mulanda. They told me, since we are going to give you Mulanda district, we are going to create a constituency of your own, and we shall either appoint you RDC or we shall make you to cross to NRM, and we seal that place or that position for you to contest in one of the constituencies of Mulanda district. I told them, people, I know the law, I'm an advocate. There is no Mulanda district right now. Parliament has never passed that district because Article, I think 179 is very clear how districts are created in Uganda. So when they saw I'd challenged that, they brought now in my relatives. Now one of my relatives called me directly that, my phone records nowadays. So I have that thing. He told me, the big man has approached us, has told me that since they have looked at your papers, you have performed very well, you are a good advocate, we are going to appoint you one of the magistrates. So please accept this offer, then we shall be able to pay you the money you have wasted in your posters. I rejected that. I told them, you're not public service. I know the process of how they do it. And I told one of my relatives that if you're serious on that, let the advert come out on the newspaper today. I was trying to show him the process, how it happened. Let the advert come out in the newspaper. I gonna sit for the interview, but you telling me that they are going to appoint me, no. Then he ran away on a phone call. Then when I went back on ground, they brought a team of NRM people, around 5. They approached me, they told me, again the big person has sent them that I should step down, I live for them this one term, I should accept 50 million, and also they will add me 50 million to pay my agents, to pay for the posters I have spent. But what I can tell, these are the same people who are telling us that in Tororo, there is no NOP, that NOP is a Buganda thing. When I challenge them that if NOP is a Buganda thing, then is NRM for the Japadolas? Was it started by the Japadolas? They couldn't answer. So I kept on telling people, and people actually in the entire Tororo accepted that indeed, if NRM is not, the founders are not from Tororo. If UPC, if the founders are not from Tororo, FDC, what about NUP? Is it so different? And I cleared that propaganda. So people are saying that there's no NUP in Tororo, and the people are looking for us to buy us. They have even opened up a police case on me in Tororo waiting for me. So there's a lot of things going on, but we are telling people that the integrity that NUP has taught us, the transparency, we are not able to sell it off. And we know, as my colleague has put it, the government, this NRM regime, it is in its evening. Anytime it is leaving, we are the people who are going to remain here to make sure that the system moves well. And we can tell you, people of Uganda, be strong. His Excellency Jagulanyi Ssentamu is going to win in Tororo. You people saw the mobilization within Tororo. This is an area where, if you recall, 3 years back, one of the prominent people from Tororo refused Bobi Wine from reaching Tororo to cross Tororo. And that's why people of Tororo had missed seeing Bobi Wine for the last 3 or 4 years. But this time, the mobilization we did through the Nyalere campaign that we named, I think we performed best and we did well. Mu Luganda, nze Bampitoko Ronald, banupu yanesiga nempa flaga okwesimbawo ekifo kya mubaka wa parliament West Budama Central. Ndaba NRM bantukirira okusooka mumanyi mwawulira ku mawulire zino muno Tororo bagenda gyawuza bagigabire district nga 3, Mulanda, Kisoko and Bugujjo. Kati neva Mulanda eyo gye mumanyi ne baŋŋamba bagenda kunkolera constituency eyange. Kati constituency we bagikola nze nyinyo okucrossinga ku NRM bagisiringa embere nga sole candidate. Ekyo kifo mbere nga nze akikira mu kifo ekyo. Ne baŋŋamba oba tukuwe kya RDC. Ne mbagamba ndi munamateeka ebintu mbimanyi. Parliament nayisaako district ekyali cabinet proposal. Ate omukazi waba akyali lubuto tusagamba bunono omwana wange kamutume Ronald kamutume Gunta nafuna magamba ekya district ekiriyo babalimba waboloza nkulimba kati mundage gazeti nga Mulanda ne balema oyo ne badduka kati ne baleta category omulala kati eno yoba involvinga tata wange omuto. Tata wange omuto we yajja n'angamba omukulu ansindise batunde ku mpapula zo oli munamateeka mulungi osomye bulungi empapula zonna oziina bagenda kuwa ekifo kya magistrate. Ne mbagamba mwagala kumpa kyabe omulamuzi magistrate bo bali public service kitongole kigaba omulimu. Kale waba mwagala kakasa kye mbagamba bagende bateeke nga njagala batestinga obalaba mugende mukole advert ku newspaper mugambe kifo kya magistrate tukiranze ngene nkole interview mu mbogo mulimu. Ne mbagaba ekyo bakola ki babalimba. Kati we balabanga buli kyonna kyonna kiganye kati ne baleta group y'aba NRM nga nali ngenze ku field bataano ne bagamba mukulu atusindise tugenda kuwa $5,000,000 tukongera $5,000,000 osasule aba agents bo posters zo ove mu race. Byonna nembigana mbagamba NUP kye yatusomesa okuba abantu balamu. Mugamba mu NUP si yabaganda si yabadama. Ne mbagamba waba mugamba NUP si yabadama ne mbabuuza NRM abagitandikawo badama. muŋŋambe ne mbagamba katukube tugerezeeko. Mumanyi UPC ani yagitandika? Mwalimu Badaama, tetwagiwagira. FDC bwatandika Abadaama tebali mbagamba bano balimba. NUP kati yeriwo yegenda tuleetera ebintu byonna bye twetaaga. Kati abantu ne babeera balabufu, kati bwe babeera balabufu kati saawa zino bantiisa ba openinze emisango eyo etoro CPS olumu bankubidde n'essimu nyina recordings ezo wabagala confirminga nyina recording ne bagamba mutiisa abantu mugamba NUP teriiwo Mutororo mukosa ate mulina okumanya Mutororo eyo mwaliwo omuntu gwe mumanyi wano yagaana His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu okujja ettororo myaka 3 eyo n'agaana n'atrendinga ku luno ne lumugamba kigezeeko era mwalaba naye yagenda n'ateekako omwana wo kwesimba ne bamugana n'atakola ki n'apetitioninga omwana we n'ayitawo n'atekogamba omwana we tiyabbaka omwana we yayiseewo bulungi. Kitegeeza bano bamanyi babba akalulu basaagira mu bantu ne balimba. So abantu ba Uganda mugume ettororo ngeri Bobi Wine yapafomingayo obulungi mu 2021 kino kigenda sukako kubanga eri mu kyalo deep in the village where I come from NRM wadde baali batuteewo kati nazoganyizayo eyo yonna sawa zino nupu weri nupu yonna yonna. So mugume.
Thank you very much. I think the other comrades please use very little time because as you can see we have many other people. Yes, from Ulu. And then that will be followed by Isjiro and then Madiokolo.
Thank you so much. People power, our power. I am by the names of Robinson Akera. I am the aspirant for Badege Laibi in Gulu City. So you all know what happened on the 6th when we were in Gulu with our party president, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who is actually the incoming president. I want to make something clear. Number one, Northern Uganda, the whole entire Choli sub-region doesn't hate NUP. There has been a notion that we don't want NUP. That is very wrong. I want to categorically state it very clear that it's a very big lie these people are trying to tell Ugandans. Northern Uganda historically has been the bed of opposition. Why? Because all the developments that you see, always Northern Uganda is the last one to receive the developments. So whatever you saw on the 6th, I was personally there. So when they tried to block our party president, they were like, he should not cross bank of Uganda, he should take the left route. Now on the left route, there were also police and army deployed. I see. The point is, they did not want the world to know that NUP exists in Northern Uganda. Why? They're saying that, oh, we don't want Bobi Wine, we don't want Bobi Wine, but indeed, we are really very strong. Well, I was approached. As a matter of fact, all my agents were bought. So I remember the day we came here when the party was paying for our nomination money, our nomination fee. I called my agents, my seconder, my proposer, and the campaign manager. I called them, I said, are you guys on ground? They told me yes. Coincidentally, that was the day President Museveni was in Gulu. On 22nd and 23rd, he was in Gulu. So I traveled at night. My nomination was scheduled for 22nd. So when I called my manager, his phone was off. I called the seconder, the phone was off. I called the proposer, the phone was off. I said, what am I going to do? Immediately, my brain had to go in auto. I knew there was a problem. So what happened when we were here on the day of nomination, somebody whispered to me at Robin, why don't you get more extra nomination papers? That is what saved me. So on the day of nomination, all these guys have disappeared. Kumbe that what? That crossed. The point was they wanted me to be technically knocked out because they had crossed to NRM, which was very unfortunate because I had to just remove that sheet where that signed. I got another paper and then I filled my new agents. I think that is how I ended up nominating. Okay, I was approached. They approached me and they told me they're going to give me 50 million. And they told me, look, Robin, you're still very young. Why don't we just give you 50 million, you go and buy a car, you set up a business, and you forget about politics? So I told them, no. Did I say I want the money? Did I say I want the money? Because if it was about money, why are they coming at the time when we are nominating? Did they not know I existed before? So what I would like the people to know categorically is the regime is always trading on lies. There's nothing that they always tell the truth. Me, I was born in Gulu. I studied in Gulu. And right now I'm going to challenge the political position in Gulu. Ask yourself, if they are going to promise you RDC, how many RDCs are alive in Gulu district as you know? Ask yourself, all these RDCs, they have died mysteriously. We have one, Mr. Lutugumoy, who is right now bedridden. If you remember this guy of DP, Maka Lutugumoy, after they appointed him the RDC, right now, as I speak, he's fighting for his life in the US. So all these many lies, if you are telling me you are going to appoint me as an RDC, I look at myself like a dead person because I've never seen a former RDC who is alive in northern Uganda. You get it? So that is it. So I would like this thing to really move so clearly. I'm speaking this without shame, without fear. Secondly, they are telling me that I should quit politics. Why do they want me to quit politics? Why? They are telling me I'm young. If you have to see 90% of the people who are leading us, they are old people. But when we were growing up, we look at old people for inspiration. Like when I was growing up, I used to see Mr. Norbert Mao as my mentor. I used to like the way he speaks, the way he addresses issues. But tell me right now, do I have any appetite of following Mao, a full justice and constitutional affairs minister from northern Uganda? It is a shame, a very big shame. Lastly, I would like to make this very clear. As northern Uganda, come January 15, the umbrella is winning with a landslide. Why am I saying this? With the little resources that we managed to collect. By the way, I was even able to print T-shirts for my people. With the little resources I had, I was able to even print posters. When they plucked all the posters from the streets, again we have added more. And even today I'm traveling at night, we are going to add more. Just to show them that we are on ground, no amount of intimidation, no amount of money can buy the truth, because already we know where the truth is. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, comrade.
My greetings. My name is Amkole Achiro Gloria, the aspirant woman member of parliament in Madiokolo district. Madiokolo district is initially known to be an NRM district, a district that needs no intervention from any other party. So for that reason, they really see any opposition person as an enemy. I came into politics in 2021. I moved the ground. It was very inspiring to the young people because they have seen me grown among the people of Madiokolo. I've studied among the young people from the little backward schools where they saw me that I managed to also acquire positions that other people can stand in. They were very inspired. So my coming as an opposition shook the district. They had to start intimidating me. They intimidated me till towards elections. I remember very key first family member called me at around 3. Imagine becoming sleepless because of Gloria. At that time I was, I think, 26. he had to say, young girl, you're young, calm down. What do you want? Can we help you? So I told them I have nothing that I want. I want to lead my people. I want to raise the voice of my people. I want to extend my voice on behalf of my people. I want to talk on their behalf in the parliament. So the man said, no, it's not going to happen. Then I started to get intimidations. When they saw that they failed, they had to buy 2 of my nominees off. They gave them 5 million, and they had to deny my nomination 10 days towards the election. So it was so disappointing. My opponent had to go unopposed. So this time I said it's not happening again. I had to get 20 nominees so that they'll have no excuse. And there is no excuse. I don't care how much intimidations I'm facing. This time the rate has gone high. First of all, they have bought 15 of my key agents. They brought them to Kampala, gave them motorcycles, new. I think that can help them. They accepted. But because we are in New Uganda, we are ready for change. More people have come. As I talk now, I have everyday people who want to be my agents because they see that we want a new Uganda. Nothing is intimidating anybody. Those who think that motorcycles can take their life to the grave, they have accepted, but we are unstoppable. So when they see that we are unstoppable with the young youth, the key persons of the district started coming in, the security people, the what. One time I had to get to their point. I went and attended the meeting they wanted so much of. I'm like, fine, you have said you wanted to meet me here, yeah. They said, Gloria, you're too good to be in NUP. That is not your class. Those people are just using you. I said, I'm ready to be used because even God looks for people he can use. So if the NUP can find a vessel in me to be used, I'm lucky. They said it's a Uganda agenda. I said, even me, I'm a Ugandan. So if Ugandans are ready to use us, which means they have got the intelligence to overcome the dictator. So they told me they are using you, get out of there, get a meaning to your life. I said, what is the meaning of my life since childhood? If our schools are still lacking, if our hospitals still don't have drugs, if our people in the village are still drinking mud water, these are not stories. So what life can you give me? Give the life that you wanted to give me to my young fellow youth. Make hospitals. Use the money, the 200 million that you want to give me. Make medicine in the health centers. That money can reorganize our health center 3 and make it a useful place. So I don't need any money. They are telling me, you are digging your grave. You are going to regret this. My one thing I want to tell the NU people, fine. I am feeling challenged because they have the money. If I go to a rally with the 200 people and I have nothing to give them, my opponent will go there and give them 2 million so that they can silence the people. I don't care how much they are giving them. I am telling my people that I have gone on top of the mango tree to shake the mangoes down so that my people can eat and get satisfied. But they should not vote because it is time for change. Uganda needs change. We are in a revolutionary journey. If anyone wants a future, you cannot have a future among, the Bible says even the young shall take care of the old. Now the old are still fighting for the power. What energy do they have? They have no energy. It is our turn. If they are still laying down on our eggs, what are we going to use to take care of them tomorrow? So I refuse the money. I am a flight attendant by profession, but they are promising me they are going to get for me a job. Where were they when I've been jobless all this time? They are saying because my father's gratuity were not paid from the army, they are going to do it. Are they waiting for somebody to join them before they help a Ugandan? So for that reason, I am asking the NUP people. We are there being intimidated. but we have stood firm, not because we have the money, not because we don't want the money either. We want the money. We have suffered poverty, but we don't want to get blood money. We don't want to get money that is going to lead us into the grave. That's why we ask as NUP, we ask the diaspora team, stand for us. If there's need, stand with us so that we can finish this race.
Thank you very, very much. Yeah, the media has been focusing on the sellouts. Today we thought we should show you that real people are there, and there are very many. These are just a few of the many who are still there with NUP campaigning. Sinjido.
Thank you, Matt. The press, everybody here. By my name, I'm called Charimpa Resti Sarah Chamnari, aspirant woman for Isingiro district. Please allow me to speak in my language, Nyankole Ruchiga, because I'm giving a message to my people. The point is, mbanza kwebaza abantu banje aba Isingiro, especially constituency yanje ya Isingiro West. Abamberireho oburwambere amayabirajire n'amajego nago nagaketorero ekibuga akatambinkine kano abo kubanyine CC cameras in my home. Nomination echo kubanza cyabyona nyenda kubanza kubasima abantu ba Isingiro, especially abakuruga ahindi kurara omuri constituency yanje. Mukanyamba mwija mwabaho yija yayeta n'amajego nagayetorero enju n'abantinde tobani baza kubyara yembundu abandi baza kubyara yo pisto nyanza kare baje mune yanje konke cyanyambire nko muntu omukazi mukuru ngabanyine CCTV camera omunju yanje then zaba kwata konka n'abantu nabo bakabateka hembera abo kubani yo mu kibuga ecyanje kindi munye ndi kucontrollinga abantu banje ne bankunda abantu banje nkabakorera emyaka yanje yine n'emyaka nkaga. It is very rare kuri umuntu ine emyaka nkaga ngwaje kwesimbaho obwa MP ekyandetire ekyo kwesimbaho ngaba ntakakibashoborera abantu banje ba Isingiro abandi mwebuza ngogo mukazi wo mukikuru kandi kabayoni babinga abakiku abagurusi n'abakikuru wakija kukora ki abantu banje ba Isingiro, especially aba Isingiro West and South. Ni mumanya binkorira abantu bona obunatwira heru nintwara abana heru abandi baje bawita bayesimba NRM echo busasi abana buna meta yigire ngo ni mwekorere mwebereremu mubase kuyamba ensi yanyu kongati ni bari bayoni barige nyuma y'abantu abari kunyigiriza. So aizo bajya nomination abantu ba Isingiro nimwe ndi kweji message nomination hakija miliyoni 100 ntaka nominate ingire ngo zikwata miliyoni 100 rero urugo mu ruhukano umugemweji abuba hatiya itwe Isingiro tayo nopu ne yabayaye nopu ne nibabyeta dupu abaziga nopu niko bakubeta n'abajandi nyo cyane se kwesimbaho nyenda kubagambira abantu ba Isingiro cyandetiye kwesimba ecyandetiye kwesimbaho nkarondayo omuntu otine butini utakutina munyo musupporting abo bakasente akahogo kanje nkine ndi kubasa supporting omuntu konga abo kugira ngo abantu nibaba intimidating babatere babasiba katambare bona bakaba bari aho basitami bayemwe kwimuka kuruteka yo kugamba nyona yeshoro naja ndeti myaka yanje yona badetinyine mani konka kanyemerere abana bandi barebera hari inyengo bateka kutina esine yabo bine kugirwanirira nayi mukanyonka reste nijana yesimbaho abwa MP abwejo intimidation zone zabeziwa nomination day bakampa miliyoni abajana nyo miliyoni 100 nzine mwijenzi bahe mutujoining banange tuyambe ensi kuna abaremire omushiro bakwata wamira yatanga kutuma messages aha bakuru abo mu Isingiro abayobari bambaja najanti no mundayeshereke naza kundeba nayikiriza najanti tinyina handa inda kuvugane kongo ijo wanje muka kubwakira obwire yiija n'amajege ye nakonvoyi zayetorora zijomuka twasitama nkanyesireyo omukulu Tadeo nawe yesimbireho ahabwa omuloko gavumenti ari aha n'omwana wanje niwe tutambura nawe naye tatwatamu obugufi twasitama twabarinda kyonka kubije batushanga babura ebyokugamba babuze ebyokugamba bagenda nyenkyagayo batanga kuntera esimu ngwija ngu nziza kuhobwa president advisor n'ababuuza ntokumundeba nyo nishwana na full figure timukubasa tinyine qualification zona eziri kunshwanisa full figure ekikuru point n'abantu banje bayisingiro mureke kutiina nyowe kino wanguzire tibari kubasa n'okungura kandi nsonyamba nyongereyo kake abantu bayisingiro nyenda ngo mbamanyise hati ekirugiro ku byo nabyarema abijire mwena nimbareba nibijo wanje bari akatambi konka kino kubasa kungura nimpurira amakuru nigarabanga namu nyowe bakangura ngo naye shereka ngo nija Kampala nyowe tinyine price taga mbagambire nkija bwanyu abana bato no baranyiheyo abo kubandi bati bandetire petition ngo nibenda kunyihaho ngo abo kubatade akasigninga mwe mirundi ebiri naye buza excuse mu kureta computer oba system ne basakutasiya amazina abiri na tin number emwe ne number emwe mu computer so bari aho nibazungazunga ekikwenda kubagambira abanominatingire mwimuke mu rugeyo imwe abanominatingire isingiro mugambire aba bari kumpa babira mubagambire ngo imwe ahabwe mubagambire ngo imwe abari kumpa babira ahabwe mutakpa babira isi abo baniyo ya nominatingire ekanominatinga nendeba niwe rwasa sherifu niwe uri kumpa babira gendo hababire isi ekugambire ahabwe nki ba nominatingire asa bari kureba ngo tindayikizize ebintu ebi government erikwenda so omugufu nanyenda kubashaba nyo mushabire neza omwara nabo wahamuheru nabo kubangu naninkora bwiri yanje abo kwani mayangu shahayona nibantemaho abo wese nezo nanzangire every day nimbanye za meeting ngutwara wa president of nese nezo kwendo lete check bahandike mwezo kwenda nyowe tinyine sente zini kwenda nyina abishukuru n'abakamwana n'abana hona sho mugiye generation nibari yare babate binte bitakurugaha mukutu munyoni nye baguro obuchokoro bwa sente azanye n'abana n'abishukuru n'abakamwana mweje ndakubagambira abantu bayisinzo nchariho aza mukiza ngo no bakunyihaho ninyisha kujangumise mundondere president chaguranya akaruru umuringo gwena obano gwa sente obano gwachi ninza kuja murondera akaruru mwetege ngo mweho mu bwabu mweho mu kubera abantu batine mashomero batine ngudorere ngutozo witu mukama mumanye mundini imwe tindi kuza kubarekerera no bagungura biliyoni igana tindi kuza kuzikwata abo kwano kuza kuzo omugyaga karuru obusasi bwanje bukaba byo bintu bibanyibire bintu byanje mu 1887 nyonjo mukazi mukuru empapuro zanje kazikoreka rwamirama nakwereka mukaferwa biliyoni zanje mukaga wabo zine zitare ozeza abantu banje bayisingiro ogendo compensating abantu bafuna mizi abantu bafuna ngudo abantu bafuna cyo kunywa then aho ije tutese ongambe otistama hansi oreke kwesimba ebyo nibyo bigambo byanje mukama sase. Thank you so much Mr. SG.
Thank you.
Barakono mchara mukubire mu ngalo z'amaanyi oyo mukimanyi bulungi isingiro kyetegeeza but she has stood very very firm. People power, our power, NUP everywhere. I am by the name Ameni O'Brien Sif, aspirant candidate for Toro County South. As you all know well that on the 23rd of October, that was the day when we went for our nomination. When we reached at the EC, that is in Tororo, I was failed that they did not nominate me.
We made a petition to the Electoral Commission. We fought a war until we won that war. God helped me. We won it. I was cleared by the EC. That is Mr. Biabakama and the team. I did not show myself to people too much in Tororo because I knew of one thing. But of recent, when we went for a parliamentary debate, that is in Tororo with the incumbent MP and the other 3 candidates, I was contacted. They wanted me to defect from my party. I told them, no, I am a man. I am now 40-something years and above. I am not that sheep that I am supposed to be bought. He convinced me, not he, but my area member of parliament convinced me that, my brother, you leave that party, come to our party, we are going to do you something. I asked him, what something? That we shall give you some money. I asked him, if I've been suffering for the 40 years without that money, now you want to give me money today, what am I going to do with that money today? Yet I've suffered for 40 years. I denied his money and openly I told him, I don't need any money from NRM. Let them leave me to suffer with the poor money, the little money from the noob party. I promised the people of Tororo County South 2 things. One, the youth of Tororo County South are there without jobs. Yet Tororo County South, we have enough industries, but our government has no policy to put in place to support our youth. I promised them that if we are given chance as if NUP takes over the office, which I'm very sure we are taking over the office before the end of this year or after election, we are going to provide them jobs and they are going to get jobs. In Tororo County South, we don't have roads. There are no drugs in the hospitals. There is nothing like service delivered to the people of Tororo County South, but with our NUP party has already given us the chance to tell our people that we are going to get all what we lack. Service delivery is going to reach to the people. Webale nnyo Uganda butono naye jagezako just twabaddeko ne kyebayita parliamentary debate of recent, that is in our Tororo district. Kati waliyo yajja n'angamba tino sebo tugenda kuwayo kasente vaayo ku party gy'olyawo. Ne mugamba nedda mukama wange, leka tugenderera awo oba balina sente oba tebalina, naye ffe kyetuyagala nnyo okusinga ye change. Tetuyagala sente naye tuyagala ki? Tuyagala change.
Thank you, people power. And finally, let's get someone from Yumbe to tell us what has been happening there, very, very briefly, because I know time is fast spent.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. Thanks so much. And by names of Nadia Yusuf Onzia. I'm not a candidate, but I'm the General Secretary, National Unity Platform, Yombe District. Everything happening in the district, I'm always more than a candidate to what is happening in my district. I'm here to tell something similar to the candidates who have expressed what is happening in their districts. We have, in Yumbe district, we have 3 candidates for the parliamentary. Especially in Aringa East, we have the greatest challenge. Because that's where a strong NRM state minister comes from. And as you know, wherever you go, they always tell them that Yumbe is only for yellow. And this time, it has been a surprise to them and a shock that Yumbe managed to produce like 17 candidates in only one constituency, from parliamentary to the lowest level. Now what they did, they fear the parliamentary one, who is Councillor Olega Ishak. They are fearing to approach him directly. What they do is to intimidate those duly nominated candidates so that he can remain alone, as said that they should not support NUP. They had been intimidating all these candidates. On the 14th day of October 2025, our offices in Barakala Town Council have been raided by the security operatives. And on the 16th day was when this man, Mzee Museveni, went to Yumbe. When they sent some security operatives, the husband to the Honorable Minister, they went and intimidated, threatened, and really clamped most of our candidates and the district executives from that side. They broke into the office at night on the 14th day. They beat up the landlord. Before that happened, they had to threaten him. They called him that they wanted to meet him. Why has he given his house to be misused by these enemies? He said he thinks in Uganda that they have freedom. So for him, he's making business. And his house he gave for business, not for any party. Even if they want, he had him orders. If they could bring him the money he wanted, he could still give their house for their offices. And after that, of recent, I received a call from the returning officer, Yumbe District Administrator, asking me if I'm aware of what was going on, because he received 7 candidates, 6 to 7 candidates from Maringa East coming to denominate themselves not to appear on the ballots. I told him I wasn't aware, but I got one person who was an LC chairperson from one of the sub-counties by names of Kochi. That candidate wrote a letter, they designed a letter, they brought it to me asking me to stamp on it. I should endorse it to go and denominate himself. When I challenged him, I told him, well and good, that is his right. If he's ready to do it, let him now first compensate whatever the party spent on him. Because it was the party who nominated him, and whatever inspiration he got was from the party. If he's ready to do that, then let him do it. Compensate the party, then I'll come and do it. I'll endorse his letter to go and denominate himself. When I said that, I did have much ideas or advice to help those others, because whenever I do consult the leadership ahead of me for guidance, most times I get disappointed. I'm sorry to say this on media. For that case, I'm really very strong and confirming to you in Yumbe district, amidst all the intimidations and whatever is happening in Yumbe district, the umbrella is the one flowing. And the same office which they raided before the coming of our president, His Excellency Obini, went to Yumbe, the office was broken, then he also had to go and open that very office, which was also raided by those people. So for confirmation, I'm confirming to you, it is national platform and the umbrella leading in Yumbe. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. People power, our power. So you comrades can see, like I said, this is just a sample of what our candidates are going through all across the country. Like I said, over 90, maybe 99% of our candidates have been approached by the regime operatives, and they offer them money ranging from 500 million, 300 million. What we understand now, they've been giving people 50 in cash, and then they promise them that they will give them more money, and then they tell them to take their CVs, that they are going to give them jobs, appoint them RDCs, etc, etc. So like we said, it's very, very shameful. Today we wanted to give you what these people go through, because you have, every time you see Museveni and his operatives parading those weak-willed candidates, So as a party, we salute these ones. We salute you, good people. Thank you very much for standing firm and not selling out. And I know that the future will vindicate you. Some of our candidates were meant to come and they did not, but I have two people. Maybe I can just play their recordings a little bit.
Yes, good morning, people. I'm Helen Mbonye, a woman, Member of Parliament aspirant for Kisoro District on NOP ticket. I wish to communicate that as NOP, we are being harassed, and the ruling party has chosen to purchase us like they are purchasing goods. But for me, who have joined the party with the intention of having a new Uganda, a new change, I have chosen to stand firm. This began at the time when our President Chagulanyi wanted to visit Kisoro, and that very day I was contacted by the woman flag bearer for NRM to calling me to come and pick money so that I shouldn't join the rally for my president. He was promising 10 million, he reached up to promising 50 million, but I told her I am not, can't be bought like someone is buying chicken, because I have political ambitions. That's why I have joined the party that is in the struggle to see that we can change and have a new Uganda that is good for everyone. Another attack came from my agents from the side of Buchimbiri, where I hear one mobilizer for NRM, they told me it's called something Rugambwa, was sending them to me to come and tell me that the government is ready to pay 600 million so that I can get out of the race. That was happening like last week. So I want to assure my voters in Kisoro, I want to assure Ugandans that I'm firm and not ready to give up. I am in the struggle. I joined it deliberately with the intentions of making sure that we have a new Uganda.
Thank you very much. I think that's enough from her. I have another young man here from Maracha.
My home district could get the voice of monopoly here. Agatubo Emmanuel. I'm a recording artist. I'm a development practitioner. I'm also an aspiring member of parliament and a national unit platform in Maracha County, a district in West Nile.
Well, I really think you've gotten the picture. Mwebale nnyo basebo ne banyabo ndowooza ekifaananyi mukifunye kyekyo bakandidate ba NUP kye bali mu kuyitamu mu ggwanga lyonna. Lugimu simanyi billions zimeka ze bataddewo. Wekola calculation olabe cash first of all gwe baagala obbawa $5,000,000 multiplying by 303 candidates betwanominatinga, then ogende kuba chairperson 0C5, ogende kuba women MPs n'abalala bonna, then olabe sente meka regime zeetaddewo okulaba ng'eggulirira bakandidate ba NUP. Twebaza abo abakyayimiridde, era tumanyi nti struggle gye tulimu bwetyo bweri. Abamu bajja kutambula babiveemu bagiving up, naye abanaasigala ku mulamwa be bajja kuwangula tugende nabo mu Uganda empya. Kati kampite omuwanika waffe ayogereko gye tuli, ayite Lok naye ayogereko gye tuli, tumalirize press conference yaffe. Mwebale nnyo.
Thank you very much, SG. I will take a very short time. I think the testimonies from across the country paint a clear picture of the emptiness and the dishonesty of the NRM regime. And the people of Uganda need to see them for who they are, a group that survives on propaganda and dishonest means. they have excelled in telling lies. The first lie was that NUP is only in Uganda. These testimonies are from West Nile, they are from Ankole, they are from Bukedi, they are from across the country. The second lie they told at the beginning of these campaigns was that NUP has failed candidates. But these are the candidates. And those that, but every day you see them fielding people, they say, oh, this one has defected from NUP, he has been a candidate. Self-defeating. The other aspect that people need to understand is that the reason why Uganda is underdeveloped is because the people who have been running the country are only focused on keeping power. The money that should have been used to build schools in Gogonyo, the money that should have been used to build hospitals in Madiokoro is being used to bribe candidates because NRM wants to retain power at whatever cost. And instead of investing money in serving the people, they are only investing it in one thing, keeping power. And I think these elections are an opportunity for the people of Uganda to look through these lies, the emptiness and the selfishness of the regime and vote it out of power. I thank you. I think mine does not require translation. I now invite the leader of opposition to address you. Thank you.
So you are Uganda is not Uganda this morning. One, we want to appreciate our colleagues, those that have been able to make it. Many are out there in the field campaigning, but we appreciate those that have joined us who have told the world what they're going through. The intimidation, the brutality, the compromises out there. It is on such an alarming scale. Look, let me talk about fear. Fear. The microphone also. Oren, is everything okay with your mic? Do you want me to use another mic? When I turn like this. But the media is here. It's only Dr. Kwefu yalimu angelo na yabalala. Okay, let's see how it goes. Look, the fear, alarming fear exhibited by the regime is out there for all and sundry to see. The things that are being done by the regime are signs of weakness, not signs of strength. When you choose to intimidate and compromise our candidates, it is not a sign of strength. It's a sign of weakness. And I've seen them, at their rallies showing excitement. Hey, now this one, we talked to him and that kind of thing. Gave them some money, some they have been intimidated. That's a sign of weakness. Weakness because the people of Uganda across the country, they are desirous and hungry for change. So the regime, because it has nothing to offer to the people, after 40 years, you don't have a new story to tell the people. That what? That you're going to fix roads, that you're going to fix healthcare, education, joblessness, and so on, that you're going to fix these things when you have failed to do them after 40 years. So all they have got to do is to reach out to now our candidates out there who are pushing the message of change, to intimidate them, to compromise them. And that's what is happening severally. But we are glad there are those who have said, no, we have read into this, we shall stay the course. Because even when you intimidate or compromise a particular candidate, the issues in the area remain. Water doesn't suddenly come. The roads don't get suddenly fixed. Electricity, healthcare, and all these, service provision issues, they don't get fixed. And so I want to call on the people in those areas. Yes, some of our candidates have been intimidated. They reach out to their families, intimidate them. Others, they compromise them. But even when that happens, the citizens, you stay the course. Because the issues of concern to you, they don't go away just because one candidate has been compromised. Again, the fear of the regime, it is displayed in the brutality that we see everywhere. because the regime is afraid of the people who have come out to express solidarity with us. Every part of the country we have been to, you have seen the massive support. Even the least likely places where the regime thought here we have massive support, people have showed up and they have come to express solidarity with us. That scares the regime. And that's why they do all of these different things. So when you see the brutality, it is because of the fear. We saw what happened to our presidential candidate yesterday. You stop him from going to campaign. Then when it is past time, he says, okay, now let me go and rest because tomorrow I have to resume campaigns. They say, no, you will not go and sleep in that hotel. What do you want him to do? To first come back to Kampala and then hit the road again to go to Soroti today? Total confusion. That they now have to lob his car with tear gas canisters. We saw all that brutality. It is the fear of the people. And so while these things, they upset the people of Uganda, they should also encourage us. Because a regime that is not in fear cannot do these things. They fear because they see the massive support. They see that the carpet is being pulled from under their feet. That's why they do these things. And so yes, while we are complaining and saying we want fairness, electoral commission, be a good referee, call these people to order, we'll keep pressing on. And that's why today our presidential candidate again is hitting the ground running. Yes, they are battered, they are in pain, they are upset and agitated, but we'll keep going because the regime wants us to stop. We are not going to stop because they are responding out of fear. And that means whatever we are doing, we must keep doing. When you see Mr. Museveni say the things that he's saying, again, it is fear. He's now promising that he's going to shoot the people of Uganda. Something they did in 2020, remember November 18th and November 19th. We were here with the families, bereaved families. And now he's saying, we shall shoot and kill many more Ugandans. That's really what he has said. Why? Because they are afraid of those many Ugandans who are saying, we want change. We want a new Uganda. We want a better country. So the things that they have failed to do, which they should have done, fixing service provision issues, fixing the roads, electricity, water, healthcare, and so on. Now that they have failed to do those things, and the people of Uganda are saying, we are tired of you. So they are expending money to kill these people, to shoot them. So they'll buy armory, they'll buy all manner of ammunition, they'll buy tear gas canisters and tankers, as opposed to buying medical equipment, fixing roads, and all of these different things. It is fear. And so they want now to inoculate that fear in the people of Uganda because the regime is afraid of the people. So now they want to send that fear to the people. But hopefully the people of Uganda will not fall into this fear. We have said severally, we are peaceful citizens who are interested in a better country. Our leader, our presidential candidate, has time and again told people we are non-violent, let's be non-violent. Anyone among us that tries to cause violence so that then the military and regime responds, that one is not part of us. Those ones have been planted. That's a message we have always sent out there. And so we are going to keep pushing on, non-violently, peacefully. So as we are saying, for us we are peaceful and we want to take power peacefully, Mr. Museveni is saying we are going to shoot you and kill you. The world is watching how the regime is being violent. And I've seen some regime people and others, calling on the population, let's be peaceful. The people of Uganda have always been peaceful. It is the military, it is the regime that has chosen violence. They choose violence every day. That's why they treat our presidential candidate that way. That's why they come to our rallies and beat people, even at the rally venues. They will vandalize our property, our equipment, public address systems, and so on at a rally. Because you're saying, be at the rally. But even at the rally, they will raid us there. So they choose violence on a daily basis. But they are saying, let's choose peace. You are the ones who should be choosing peace, the regime and the military, because you have chosen violence every single day. The people of Uganda have never chosen violence. And that's why even when they are beaten and so on, they have capacity to respond. But they're saying, no, we shall not fall for this provocation. And even we as their leaders, we keep saying, for us, let's be peaceful. So when we see people telling us, tell your people to be peaceful, which of our people are violent? We are not the ones who command the military, which is beating us up. We are not the ones who lob the tear gas canisters. The goons that are always in NRM yellow t-shirts beating up our people, who commands them? So those fellows choose violence every day. That's what has got to be addressed. But like I'm saying, all of that is fear. And so now it's not stopping at the goons they planned to beat our people up, the tear gas, and so on. Now their top leader is also coming out to say he's choosing violence. So he's telling the people of Uganda, we are going to shoot you dead. We have enough ammunition. Each police officer has got 120 rounds of ammunition, so we shall shoot you dead. Seriously? But anyhow, like I'm saying, that comes out of somebody who is afraid of a people who are saying, we want change. We want better. As opposed to them doing the right thing, they want to attack the people. Again, talking about fear, it is a fearful person who realizes that the tide has shifted incredibly. In 2021, the people were saying, no, we are tired. This time around, it is a lot more massive. Even in places where Mr. Museveni thought he had a lot of support. Karamoja, Western Uganda, he is seeing the natural desire for change. While his rallies are not organic, people have got to be transported, given transport refund, given t-shirts. They transport school children. Schools have to close wherever he goes. Now they're on holiday, you know, but they always have got to do that, transport school children. And our rallies are organic. The love is organic. So he sees that it's going to be a lot more massive this time round. And so he's scared. That's why he's now talking about us rigging him. He said in 2021, we rigged his vote. Can you imagine? Police officers and so on were doing ballot stuffing and military people. He's saying, NUP, we rigged his vote. By the way, the other time he said 1 million votes. That we told is 1 million. Now he's saying 2.7 million votes. It baffles me because he recently renewed the contract of his Lordship Justice Simon Byabakama. So if you're saying he superintended over a process that rigged your vote, why have you renewed your mandate just a few months ago? Why didn't you fire him? Why didn't you arrest him and the entire team he worked with? Because if you're saying they rigged your vote, it was under their watch. But now he realizes that it's going to be a lot more massive. So he's preparing the population for him to say, no, the other time NUP rigged 2.7 million votes. Now, in addition to the votes they will have gotten, they will rig by about 5 million votes, because he can see that we have got massive support and the election is not in his favor. So he's trying to set the stage so that when we eventually win, he says, no, these people, they rigged like they did the other time. But we are looking into all of this fear by the regime. We shall not fall for this trap, into this trap. We will keep pressing on, doing what we have got to do. Olwaleero twagala okwebaza bannaffe abatwegaseeko okulembeze baffe mu bitundu by'eggwanga ebyenjawulo, muze mubiraba nga batuukirira abantu baffe, abamu babatiisatiisa, bangi ne babajja mu lukalala lw'abalonzi, abalala ne bagamba famire zaabwe, omwana wammwe ono mujje mu lwokaano, bwe mutakikola tujja kubalumba, abalala ne bagamba kaakati tujja bagula buguzi. Kubanga gavumenti ya Museveni tekyalina kipya kyegamba bannayuganda, tejja kukola ku nsonga zaabwe bannabyabufuzi abakulembeze ze boogerako. Kati mu kifo ky'okuzikolako ensonga ezo ez'enkizo, amazzi, enguudo, amasannyalaze, ebyobulamu, ebyenjigiriza, emirimu n'ebirala, bibalemye okukolako. Kati kye bakola, kati tuukirire abantu aboogera ku nsonga zino, tubatiisetiise, tubajje mu nkalala z'abalonzi oba tubagulirire, balekerawo okwogera ku nsonga zino. Buno bwonna butiitiizi bwa gavumenti eno, kubanga atali mutiitiizi walibadde otuukirira bannansi n'obagulira puroguramu yo nti kaakati byetugenda okukola. Naye okimanyi bannayuganda tebajja kukkiririzaamu, kubanga ozza obalimba emyaka 40 ebikulemye okukola togenda kubikola. kati kwe kusalawo okudisa okutiitiizi buno abantu bano babatiisetiise bagulirira abalala. In fact n'abamu be baparading eyo nti ono kati ng'ekakumiro twalabye ab'ekakumiro ab'ekasambya nga bagamba nti kakati bano be bachairperson bakunga. Abantu abo be baparadinze twabagoba dda twabajja ku bifo ebyo ebbanga eryayita tetulaba engeri gye batambulamu tetegeerekeka ne tuteekawo abantu abalala naye kati be baleese ne bagamba nti kakati bano bachairperson bakunga abantu be twagobedda abasinga ku abo. Naye bino bikolwa bya butiitiizi gavumenti etya bannayuganda kubanga eraba obuwagizi bwe tulina mu bitundu by'eggwanga ebyenjawulo kyovudde olaba bakola ebikolwa bino. Eryanyi lye bakozesa ku bawagizi baffe ku presidential candidate waffe mwalabye olunaku olw'eggulo ne bamulemesa okutuuka mu bifo byalina okubeeramu akube campaign. Obudde buyise nti kale kaŋŋende neebake wena bookinze okusula nti neeyo naye tujja kusulayo. Kati balinga abagamba nti olumaliriza rale alina okusooka akomewo e Kampala e Magere then ekyaddemu asimbula ataddeyo agende Soroti. Kibagezaako kutegeeza tujja kulemesa okutuuka woolina okutuuka naye ne hoteeri gye wabookinze okusula nayo sebo yangwa testing 1 2 check 1 2 Musaasiro omuzina tugogeddeko bangi ate nga tubadde tulina okwogera. So mbadde ngamba nti obutiitiizi bwa gavumenti eno bweyolesa mu lyanyi lye bakozesa. Abantu bano baali balowooza nti NUP yali mbuyaga ekunta nti era yagwa n'akalulu akawedde ne bagenda okulaba buli gye tulaga ne Mwai Museveni gye bamuzaala mu Western Uganda ng'obuwagizi tulina bungi Karamoja wa ebitundu by'eggwanga ebyenjawulo kakati ne batya olw'obutiitiizi obwo kyovudde bakola effujjo lino lye bakola. Kandidate waffe buli kanaku mulaba engeri gye bamuyisa eggulo ne bakwata tiyagaasi ne bagikuba emmotoka ye yonna n'ebuna tiyagaasi ate bakikola kigendere nga baagala omukolako obulabe. Abawagizi baffe buli gye tulaga ne bwe kiba lwale era ne ku lwale zaffe ne batulumba otukolako effujjo lwa kutya bannayuganda. So bannayuganda bulaba ebikolwa bino yes bitunyigiriza bitukola obubi naye tuddemu amaanyi baagala tugwemu amaanyi tuddemu amaanyi kubanga kitegeeza nti we tukutte we wali ekinyusi tunyweze. Buno obutiitiizi bwe bwolesa lwakubanga batidde balaba ekigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga. Kakati Mwai Museveni olw'obutiitiizi kubanga naye atunula n'alaba ekigenda mu maaso myaka 40 bingi ebimulemye okukola kyokula abannansi bagamba nti atuwagala nkyukakyuka. Kati eno nga batukolako effujjo eri ye nga mukama waabwe agala kubalaga nti ebyo byemukola bye bituufu. Kati yasuubiza n'okutta bannansi nti amasasi ge tulina buli musirikale alina amasasi 120 tujja batta bannansi ate kino baakikola mujjukira 2 batta abantu. Kati ne kaakano olw'obutiitiizi obumujjudde ng'alaba bannansi bamuvaako aga nti bannansi bano kambatiisetiise tujja kubatta. Ffe wetulaga pulezidenti waffe agamba abantu ffe tubeere ba mirembe obuyinza tugenda butwala mirembe buli kitukola kibeere mu mateeka. Bw'olaba omuntu ali mu ffe era ng'ayagala kanyuga jjinja oba ng'ayagala kukola kavuyo oyo bamututaddemu buteesi oyo si waffe bamututaddemu akola akavuyo bali basobola okukola akavuyo ke baagala okukola ye badde message yaffe. Naye kati bo baasalawo nti bajja kozesa eryanyi nakola fujjo. Ensangi zino ntera okubalaba abantu abagaba bannansi bannange tusalewo tukume emirembe tukimuzinga peace. Bannayuganda eddembe baalisalawo dda lye baagala, naye abasalawo okukola effujjo be bano bamukwata mundu ye gavumenti eno gye tuvuganya. Ate oluusi tebajja kukozesa mundu zokka, ne bafuna n'agayaaye bagamba ze t-shirt zaabwe gakutte emiggo ne gakuba abantu. Kati eno message yali ebadde yaabo bamukwata mundu, kubanga bannayuganda bo basalawo dda baagala mirembe, era kyovudula ne babasoomooza ne babakuba ne bakola ki tebabaddiza. Naye basigala bagamba ye bannayuganda temukola fujjo. Baani abakola effujjo? Bannayuganda be bambala uniform z'amagye nga bakutte mundu ne bakuba abantu amasasi, aba bakutte emiggo ne bakuba abantu abo babadde t-shirt za Mwami Museveni. Abo bannayuganda ba bulijjo be mugamba nti abo bawagizi ba opposition. Tuleme kubuzaabuza abantu n'ebikolwa bino eby'obutiitiizi tetugenda kukkiriza kututiisatiisa. So kino kino Mwami Museveni kyeyagambye, tujja kubatta amasasi tulina mangi mu kifo ky'okukola bannansi be baagala okule. Kuleme kati osazeewo kubatiisatiisa butiisatiisa. Tebajja kugula ddagala, tebajja kuzimba nguudo, tebajja kukola ku bya mirimu ebyenjigiriza n'ebirala, naye bajja kugula zimamba, zitanka, bagula amasasi nti tujja kubatta. Kati bannayuganda ekyo mukitegeere nti eno gavumenti ensonga zammwe tezifaako. Tebajja kukola ku nsonga eza service provision ezibaluma, naye bajja kukozesa ssente bakozese eryanyi ery'amaanyi. Kyemuva mulaba supplementary budgets ne bazireeta, mulimu classified eza defense n'ebirala. Temujja kubeeramu nnyo byanjigiriza bya bulamu n'ebirala, naye essira baagala kuliteeka kukozesa lyanyi kubanga bamanyi bannansi babavaako dda. Kiba kitegeeza we tukutte wewali ekinyusi tunyweze. Ekisembayo era nga nakyo kyekuusa ku butiitiizi buno bwe mbadde njogerako. Mwami Museveni alaba nti eggwanga lyakyuka, abantu bakoowu. Mu Western Uganda gy'ava, e Karamoja, wayo n'ebitundu by'eggwanga byonna, wano mu Central, mu West, mu East, mu North, bonna balaga nti baagala nkyukakyuka. Kati olw'obutiitiizi obwo avuddeyo n'aga nti abantu bano aba NUP banziba akalulu. Luli nno yagamba mutwamubba miliyoni 1 ey'akalulu. Ku luno agamba nti nkizudde babba obululu miliyoni 2.7. Ne weebuuza abantu abakulira ebyokulonda gw'obalonda, lwaki tubagoba? In fact juzi yakazza bujja contract y'owekitiibwa Justice Simon Byabakama myezi mitono emabega. Kati oba ogamba nti ono omukulu yakulemberamu akakiiko akaleetera okubba akaluluko, lwaki ate contract ye ogizizza obujja? Lwaki abantu abo tobagoba? Kuba ogamba nti tebalina kye bakolawo ng'akaluluko kabbibwa. Obwo bwe butiitiizi, kubanga alaba nti eggwanga lyonna ligamba lyagala nkyukakyuka. Kati alinga eyeteekateeka ng'akalulu kawedde, alaba Mwami Museveni alinga simanyi emizindalo nagyo bakikwatamu. Kyembadde ngamba nti Mwami Museveni alinga ateekateeka eggwanga nti nga tumaze okumukuba akalulu ajja agambe nti kakati ku luli mulaba babba obululu bwange miliyoni 2.7, ku luno babbye obululu bwange nga miliyoni 6. Kubanga alaba ekigenda mu maaso, era alaba nti obuwagizi tulina bungi, obululu tulina bungi. Kati alinga eyeteekateeka. Fenna ekyo kituzaamu amaanyi kubanga atandise okukkiriza nti obuwagizi tabulina. Bwe butiitiizi buno bwayolesa, abo babbiba obululu n'ebirala naki muzeeyi kakkana, tukube bulungi akalulu owummule bulungi. Ne kino kye tuzze tugamba nti abantu bwe bamaliriza okulonda, etteeka libakkiriza okuva ku polling station bayimirira ku mabbali meters 20. Kati obalaba mutabani we mwami Muhoozi kati alinga ye akulira akakiiko ebyokulonda, alinga omwogezi w'akakiiko ebyokulonda. Muveewo n'abalala babyogera. Kakati ne mwami Museveni agamba nti twabba akalulu ke. Naffe tugamba yabba akalulu kaffe, era n'obujulizi weebuli ne zi videos weeziri. Kati abawagizi baffe bwamala okulonda ffenna babeere emabbali nga bayimiridde ku mabbali nga batunuulira ekigenda mu maaso. Kati kitegeeza mwami Museveni naye atwegatteko ku message eno, naye agamba abawagizi be nti bannaye bamala okulonda musigaleewo, musigale emabbali awo temuvaawo, kubanga aba NUP babba akalulu kange ku luli, kati temukakkiriza kubbibwa. Kati ffenna message tutambuzeeyo kubanga ne kyetwogerako kiri mu mateeka. Kati atwegatteko ku message eno nti abantu bamaliza okulonda bayimirire emabbali babeerewo, buli omu abawagizi be babeerewo, tulabe ani agenda okubba akalulu. Mwebalinyo.
Shalom television Uganda Dr. Enzyme